And now, sit tight as we play for you a gorgeous melody to end this beautiful night.
Porque mi amor, why did you leave me waiting here?
The night she moved into this house, they said on the radio that it was the coldest night in January. But she found it unusually warm. Maybe that's what happiness does to you. That's why she didn't notice the stained floors or the cracks in the wall hidden behind that awful tapestry. The house felt familiar yet unknown, like the face she saw in her dreams often, whose name she could never recall. So she thought, this will be my forever home. Until the third night, when she saw him for the first time. At 3 a.m., she opened her eyes to grab some water, but instead she got a fright when she saw a strange man sprawled across her bed, looking at her with big brown eyes and that nasty gash across his head. She thought her loneliness had finally driven her insane, making her see things that weren't really there. So she closed her eyes shut, hoping he would melt into the air. And this is where the story would end. But this is where it all began. Now every morning at 3, he was there, his eyes following her round as she nervously tossed in bed. But he never said a word, and that's what bothered her the most. More than his presence, it was the silence that terrified her, a harbinger of danger ahead. The air in the room, once crisp, now constantly reeked of fear. Its bitterness she could almost taste on her lips. But she was tired of being afraid. So on the 7th day at 3:08, she decided it was time to be brave. But before she could even look at him, she heard him say, in a deep baritone voice she could swear she had heard before, "You shouldn't have come here again. This isn't your house anymore." Startled by the voice, she dashed across the floor, crashing into that old frame hanging by the wooden door. The frame had a photo of that man with the same woman she had seen in her dreams. As she carefully studied that pretty face, it came to her like a slow-motion scene on the movie screen. The couple standing by the stairs, engaged in a fight with loud screams. The man twisted her arm, she hit him on his head, he shoved her down, and she fell to her death. Suddenly she gasped in horror as it hit her. The girl in the photo, the face in my dreams, that woman is me. And so, softly, she hummed that old melody she used to sing for him before, as she floated in the air towards him, her old lover, the man with the nasty gash across his head. She smiled that sweet smile of revenge, for now she knew it was her. She was the ghost across the bed. For the first time, she put her cold, lifeless hands over his and felt the warmth of life rushing through his veins. As she searched for her face in his eyes, he shuddered like a lost lamb in pain. She could smell it again, the fear, but this time she knew it wasn't in the air. As she pulled him close, she was sure it was the scent of her lover, the scent of the growing terror now pulsating in his pores.
¿Por qué, mi amor? Why did you throw all